Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Haunted Basement Studio. I'm your host, Triple B, and in this hardcore spoiler movie review, I'm going to be talking VHS 1985, and this just came out on Shudder. Dun dun. So let's get into it. It has 5 short stories, but they kind of intertwine with each other a little bit. But let's get into the first one. This one's called No Wake. Ambrosia, whatever that's supposed to mean. But here we go. A group of friends are driving in an RV and they are pulling a boat behind them. And one of the friends, Rob, has a VHS camcorder. They pull up to the gate that says no trespassing. One of them jumps out of the RV and opens the gate, and they drive up into the lake entrance. As the friends get ready to do some water skiing, they crack open some beers and they get out onto the lake. As the guy with the camcorder, Rob, is walking to the lake, he sees some old signs on the ground and they say, "No swimming, do not enter." And the last sign says, "Welcome to Lake Evil." The group of 4 are in the boat on the lake, and 2 of them are on the dock drinking some beer and watching the rest of them water ski. Now the last girl, Robin, she wants to give it a try. So the guy with the camera jumps in the lake with her to help her get her skis on. And after a few tries, she managed to get up, but then she falls down. And as the boat is pulling around next to her, everybody on the boat looks back at the dock and their 2 friends are gone. And there's a strange truck that is parked by the RV now. They don't think too much about it, and Robin is going to try it one more time to get all the way up on her skis. She gets up and she is skiing, but all of a sudden you hear a gunshot, and Robin falls off of her rope and into the water. As the boat gets closer to her body, there's blood all around the water she is floating in. They're like, "Oh my God, grab her, pull her up into the boat." But before they can do that, one of them gets shot from behind. And before they even realize what is happening, another bullet hits the guy in his head and blood squirts all over the other girl. They're like, "Shit, shit, shit." And then another gunshot hits the girl right in her face and half of her jaw flies off. Then another shot goes right through her chest. Now, Rob, the dude with the camera, is hiding on the floor of the boat so the gunman can't see him as bullets go flying across the boat. Drew says, "Hey, are you hit?" He yells out, "Oh, fuck, I am, in my hand. My fucking fingers are gone." He calls out for Kev and Kelly, but no answer. Drew is also hiding and he says, "Hey, Rob, you need to start the boat. We need to start the boat. I can't. We have to start the boat." Now, Rob is slowly crawling to try to start the boat. His friend is curled up in the ball, hiding and ducking behind a seat. As he gets the motor started, bullets start flying and hits the motor, and the motor dies. They have a plan to swim to the shore, and they can use the boat as cover. But the shooter starts shooting right through the boat, and one of the bullets hits Rob, and then 2 more bullets come and hits Drew on the boat, and it goes right through his chest. All of a sudden, Rob comes back to life, and he is yelling at Drew, "Drew, wake up." And then one of the girls, Robin, that got shot on the skis, pulls herself out of the water and up onto the boat. And now Kelly, the girl whose jaw got blown off, stands up and blood is just pouring out of her mouth. The 4 of them are paddling their way back to shore, with one of them not moving, the one that got shot in the head, and they have no clue if he is dead. They make it to the dock where the truck is gone. They run over to the tent where Rob's sister and boyfriend are. They open up the tent and they both are dead. They are wondering, why are they dead and the 4 of them are alive but should be dead? Are we like zombies or something? I don't know. It's just different. We're all talking. Rob is shot in the head. Your brain is hanging out of your skull. If you were a zombie, then you would be dead. I never felt more alive. Do you guys feel that? Drew says, oh, I feel that. Drew's like, where's the water gun? Because it has liquor in it and I need a shot. Robin says, this is some pet cemetery shit, guys. They didn't even go into the water. And then they all look at the water. Jared and Anna didn't go in the water. We did. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe that's why we're still here. You saw the signs. No swimming. Dude, just shut up. Rob says. Then Drew says, I know this shit sounds crazy, but then Rob yells, my sister is dead. And you're talking about magic water? Hey, my brother is dead too. It's not like you're the only victim here, Rob. Robin says. We are all victims, Robin, Rob says back to her. I'm sorry, but what are we going to do? We just can't go back to the way things were before, as Rob starts to pull brain matter out of his hair, and he says, this isn't normal. Rob, did you get the license plate number on that truck? What? Like on camera? We can find this guy. Rob says, okay, and then do what? Wait, you want to kill him? I'm not going to kill anyone. We don't kill him. We do exactly what he did to us. As they all look at the RV, there is a Roman numeral number 7 written in blood on their RV. And now we cut to a house where a girl named Ruthie is filming everyone at the family reunion. And she makes her way to her cousin James, who asks her, is that Beta? She says, yep. He's like, nice. What deck do you use? I use the Zenith Video Director. Ruth, Mom yells, honey, can you go out to the garage in the fridge and get me some more potato salad, please? Then James asks her, can I try that thing? She says, yeah, for sure. And she hands over the camera to him. And as he films her walking outside, right before she walks into the garage, a young boy, Adam, squirts her with a squirt gun and says, I shot you. Well, you sure did. That's a pretty cool squirt gun. Where did you get that? The lady from the RV. I got it from the lady in the RV. As Ruth looks up and sees an RV driving off. And now half of the party is leaving, and her uncle walks up to her and says, I saw no RV and I drove all around. Now the rest of the party that remains are all family members. Mother says, hello everyone. Thank you for coming out to celebrate with us today. We are here because of family, and with family comes history and tradition that dates back to, well, even before Grandpa Art, a long time. And today, we continue that tradition with my daughter, Ruth. I am so proud of you, and I am thrilled that even after all these years, we are blessed with practicing this tradition out in plain sight. I only wish that your father were here to see this, Ruth. And now Ruth stands up and she says, some families celebrate confirmation, baptisms, bar mitzvahs, but the Wrigleys, we do something a little different, don't we? To the seven, to the seven. And they all hold up their hands over their head with the symbol of the 7 that was left on the RV. And then she continues on, says, may we continue this practice for years to come. Grandpa Art, you were a surgeon with a sickle. Back in the day, Aunt Susan, your arsenic brownies, I mean, a clock set. Everyone here has claimed their 7 in unique ways. May those 7 lives bring honor, strength, and pride to our family. Now, I know this is a little unorthodox, but tonight, instead of showing photos or busting out the slide projector, I have a video. Okay, so I see these people at a gas station and I follow them to this lake in the middle of nowhere, which was perfect. So Ruth now pulls up to the tent and she sets up the camera on a tripod, and then she waves at the camera holding the rifle, and then she fires a shot in the air and then yells, "Get out of the tent." The tent opens up and he peeks his head out. And then he hurries up and goes back inside the tent and zips it down. She walks over to the tent and yells, "Get out!" And then she aims the rifle at the tent and then shoots it 4 times. And then she walks back to the camera holding up 2. And everybody on the couch yells, "2 down!" And then Ruth says, "This is where it's going to get good." And now she's got the camera pointed down at the lake, at the boat. And she pops in front of the camera and smiles. And then she turns around with her rifle and gets ready to fire down at the group. But then all of a sudden, loud bangs come from the front door. Cops on the bullhorn saying, "You are surrounded. We are outside." "What the fuck? Go look out the window." And they say, "They are everywhere." Mother says, "It's happening. It's happening. This is it. You know what to do." And they all start pulling out guns. Mother tells Ruth, "It was just a matter of time. Listen, you fight and you take as many as you can. Do not let them take you alive. And do not disgrace the family name." Ruth looks at the camera and then runs into the bedroom as the family and the cops start to have a shootout. In the room, James is telling Ruth, "Let's go. We're going to stay here and take as many as we can with us for the family." "But I don't want to die, Ruth. This wasn't supposed to happen." "Well, don't be a pussy." And then a big explosion comes from part of the house. Nonstop shooting is going down. The cops are closing in as Mother gets shot. Ruth is handing a gun over to James, but he doesn't want to take it and says, "I can't." "Then I'm sorry." And then she shoots James 3 times. And then she kneels by her bed holding the gun at the door. The cops run in the room and yell, "Put it down." And then she shoots him. And then she gets shot 3 times in the chest. The cops are looking at her and saying, "Oh my God, this girl's like 15 years old." And they check her pulse and they say she is gone. A few minutes later, the mortician is checking on Ruth. And all of a sudden, she comes alive and grabs the gun and shoots the mortician. She looks down at herself where the bullets went into her chest, but she is alive. And then she grabs a gun and puts it up to her jaw and fires, but nothing happens. She cannot die. And then the cops rush in and yell, "Drop it, drop it." And they contain her and take her away. The end. Now, on the credit scene, you see one of the group members put that squirt gun in the lake water and fill it up with lake water. And then Ruthie got squirt by that water because they're like, "Let's do what she did to us." So they made her so she couldn't die like them. But then again, what did Ruth's mom say to her when the cops came in? "Do not let them take you alive." And now she can't die, and they took her alive. So I really wonder where that story could go. Man, the wait from VHS 1985 was actually pretty fun. Watching it a few times and writing the script for this, man, really got me thinking about it. It's like, wow, that's pretty damn good. And that was just story number 1 from VHS 1985. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you won't miss story number 2 from VHS 1985. And thank you all for joining me in a haunted basement studio. If you like these storytelling movie reviews, please let me know in the comment section below. That'd be so cool. All right, man. Triple B's that haunted basement studio, and you guys keep it hardcore horror.